So please allow me to stay. Thank you. Welcome to Arua City. May God bless you.
Distinguished guests, can we give a better applause for the entertainment that has just ended? Ladies and gentlemen, my names are Malone Avutia. I am one of the division mayors within this city. I want to welcome you on my behalf and on behalf of the population. I'll be partnering with my elder brother here to coordinate the program of tonight's function. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the entertainments on our program is supposed to be a cultural performance, which is supposed to come before the arrival of our chief guest. I therefore want to invite a cultural performance from one of the groups. This should take not more than 3-4 minutes. Ba dungu beda yeminjunga mbele, afemini so kordoabo. Itu ando maria sa tambaza dino kudier leku. Alane yoro semba zana kuse yabir le dodo deniko. Kechorarsi. We are fighting time. When we call upon a group for performance and the group takes some bit of time, we move to the next. Because I am aware our function is supposed to run for exactly 3 hours, aware that our guests have traveled long distances and they'll want to go back.
These people say they have a dance.
Themselves. Yes, my colleague.
Yes, can we have a dance performance from the drama group from Arua? Drama group from Arua, please come and perform. Come and take up the stage here. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, to welcome you all to this occasion where we are commemorating the International Deaf Week. And just to let you know that the events commemorating this week started off on Monday. It has been quite a very busy week with so many advocacy events lined up and done. And among those, we had a press conference at the Media Center, which was addressed by the Honorable Minister of State for Disability Affairs, together with Honorable Alexi Ndezi. And we also had representation from UNAD. Beyond that, we also had the team, the fraternity, presenting a petition to Parliament. And that petition was well received. They also went to the Public Service, Minister of Public Service, to deliver a petition. And in that petition, they sought to ensure that sign language interpreters are mainstreamed within government service, because as of now, there seems to be no structure that allows for sign language interpreters, and therefore that disadvantages our brothers and sisters, the deaf persons. I want to recognize the arrival of Honorable Bumali Mpindi, MP for Persons with Disabilities. You're most welcome. He joins colleagues here. Thank you so much for coming. Now, is the drama group ready? Are we ready? Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a silent presentation, but we have somebody interpreting what's going on through the microphone. Please start.
This is Arua City Association of the Deaf, and we are coming for a drama, and the the theme of the drama is all about the mother, the father, and the children. Who are the children? We have 6 hearing children, and we have a deaf child. And the children, the children oppresses the one deaf child, and we see how the father loves the hearing children more than the deaf child. And we have this one. We have this one at the wife. We have the wife, the children, and the caretaker. So we are starting the drama. You are welcome, and they are ready for the drama. The wife is in the garden digging, and the husband is calling for the wife. My wife, may you bring for me water for bathing? No, I'm planning to go and dig with you. Tea is ready. Please, let's go and dig. The husband saying, please, I want to go and look for some school fees, and I have the children who can dig. That, please, you are hot on me? No. My deaf child, you come here. You sit down. You go and bring for me water for bathing. The wife is saying, no. No, my child to fetch for you water for bath? No. I want the child, the deaf child to go and digging. If not, I'm going to fetch the water and dig. Now the wife is disturbed. This is how the action, this is really very disturbed. Now, I don't know. The husband is looking for the wife. Where is my wife? The wife refuses. What do you want me? Please, you hug me. What has happened? No. Don't be worried. We have the children. I have the budget for the children to go back to school. Please, come, let us discuss. The wife is very happy, and they're coming to discuss about the issue of sending their children back to school. The husband has called the children to come. These are the children. These are the 4 hearing children. Yes. Yes. The wife is saying, where is my deaf child? You call for my deaf child. Your mother is calling for you. You come. The father is, you sit down. Sit down. You sit down. You are deaf. You sit down. Sit down. Now, all the budget that I have is for the hearing children, the 4 hearing children. Tomorrow you are going back to school, okay? Now for you, who is the deaf? Stay at home, you dig. Stay at home, you dig. No, my husband. No, please. No. You send my child to school. Please. My child has the eyes, has the hands. Please, send to school. Now the father is saying, now, how can I send this child to school? The teachers cannot hear. The teachers can teach, and the child cannot hear because they're deaf. Okay, let's see. The wife is very annoyed. Let's see. Now the deaf child, my father refused to support me to go to school. I have the mind. Now the father is sending me to dig. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Oh, yes. It's better. Let me just commit suicide and kill myself away. Let me just kill myself away. Yes. So he's in the action of committing suicide. When the wife came from fetching water, the mother is helping the child. Hey, my child, please and please. My child, please, my child, please. Okay, you first wait here. Let me go and call for your father. You wait. Okay. Hey, father, where are you? You come and see your child. Come. You see, he wanted to commit suicide. Please. The father, I don't love this deaf child. It's upon him. If he commits suicide, upon him. You leave me alone. Please. The mother is crying. The mother is seriously crying. Please. Again, my child, where is my child? Where is my child? My child, where are you? Where are you, my child? Now there is a caretaker who comes, and knocks this deaf child. Comes out. You. The caretaker is talking. You, what's the problem? The child is saying, he's a deaf. What can I do? Where is your father? Where is your father? My father is there. My father is there. Please, let's go to your father. No. He's not going to the father. Okay, please, let's go and sleep at my home, and I take you to school, okay? Okay, the child has accepted to go with the caretaker to his home. They are on their way to the caretaker's home. Now, the mother is confused. Where is my child? There are visitors. Oh, you are welcome. You are welcome to my home. You sit down. Again, you sit down. The mother, please, my child, where are you from? My child, I'm sorry. The mother is crying, my child. And now, the caretaker is asking, who is this? Whose child is this? This is my child, but this is a very hard child, a deaf child. I cannot support. But the caretaker is saying, please, there are schools for the deaf. Please, you support this child. Okay, if you refuse to support him, give him his clothes. Let me go with him to support him. The father is calling the wife. The mother should now, your son here, you pack the clothes and give to this caretaker. You are going to support? Yes, let me bring them. Yes. The mother is bringing the clothes. Yes, the mother is very happy because now there is someone who can support her son. Yes. So they have gone. Oh, bye. Now the 4 children, they are back home. And the 4 children loves the father so much. You see, now your brother, you see your deaf brother, I have just sent him away. The mother was very annoyed. You can see the mother is very annoyed. Okay, the mother, okay, fine. Now we have the headmaster of the school coming to the school. Yes, this is the headmaster. The headmaster is very busy now in the office. Yes, very busy. The visitors, the headmaster has seen some visitors. Yeah, the headmaster is busy. Yes. The visitors who have entered, you are welcome. Thank you. I have some issue to share with you. Please, yes, I have a deaf child here, and I have seen in your banner that there is sign language training here. Yes, so now I want you to help me and teach this child. Yes, what is his name? The name, I doesn't know the name because I got him on the way. Yeah, so the age, I doesn't know the age. Yes, yes, the money is 500,000. The caretaker has checked, counted 500,000 as given, and there is a receipt that he is to sign. He's signing the receipt. And okay, please, where is he? So the caretaker has given some money again to be kept for him. Yes. Now this is the school. Stay here. You don't go away, please. I will always come to check on you. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I have some money here for you. Please use this money. Yes, for meat, for anything, for book, not for meat, please, for book and pen. Please. Now now if this teacher will slap me and I don't want to stay here, that no, please, I will always come to the headmaster and check how you are. Then the child has accepted. Yes, now you are welcome. Good morning. Are you okay? Yes. Yes, the teacher is now teaching. Yes, you see, this one here is A. This is how you sign A. Yes. It's very hard. Yes. Yes. This is A. This is B. B. Yes. Are you understood? Okay. Again. This is A. Okay. This is A. This is B. Okay. Yes. So good and so nice. Now, the headmaster is writing a report. Is marking and has marked saying, wow, you are real very hot in sign language. You now know sign language. You can see you just real won it. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, you can now go to your parent. Yes, the child is very happy back to the parent. Now, the family, that there is a conflict at the family. So you can see the mother and the father that home. You are always, what's happening? You leave me alone. You see, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Always, why do you go annoyed? There's some visitors. Please, you go and call for me those visitors. You are my wife. Go. There's some visitors. Yeah? Yes. Oh, yes. This was the visitor who came here. Yeah, visitors, you're most welcome. Yes? Yes, you are most welcome. Hey, you are most welcome. Oh, you know me? Can you remember me? Yes, I know you. Can you remember this one? No. I doesn't know this one. This one here. This is. You can ask him. This is your child. You see?
No.
Yes.
We are only going
Yes.
to people
Now I have some issue with you. I'm a business. Hey, you see, you are deaf child. You are a child who was deaf. You can now see him. The mother is extremely so happy, crying, kneeling to the child. Oh God, my child, my child, my child. My child. Yes. Now the father is trying to no. The father is the son is trying to give some report to the father. The mother refuses. Yes, you see, yes, the father. Don't touch my son. You see that my child has now phone. Smartphone. This is your phone. My face is also on the phone. No, now since yes, you the deaf people, they have the skill.
Yes, as we move on, just to let you know that the chief guest is here.
Don't oppress this.
And they are going to start by visiting the exhibition stall. So the team at the exhibition, please be ready.
I'm a businessman. I'm going back for business. Thank you.
Let's continue with the drama.
Hey, my son. Let me first see you. Hey, you, the father who loves their hearing children. Where are they? Where are they? You can see them. They are drunkards. You see, they do everything. My son. Now, my son. I'm now worried. How can I talk to him? How can I have done mistakes. What can I do to meet my son? The father is trying to think about that. The father is confused. The mother is so happy. Yes, now the son is asking, is my father mad or what? No, the mother is saying, please don't ever go and ask for forgiveness from your father. No, you can go, but I don't allow you to go to your father with what you have. No, please. Maybe my father is confused. Can we go to him? No, you can go. As the son, you can go. Yes, the mother is so happy. The mother is so happy, dancing. Yes, dancing. You can see the 4 children who are now warriors in the town. The father is now kneeling down. You come away. You. I don't want you, please. I'm real. I'm sorry that I have oppressed you. I didn't support you to school. Please forgive me. It's my mistake. Please forgive me. I need remember before I forgive you. You first call my brothers and sisters before I forgive you. Yes, my children, you first come here. These are the warriors now. Are you mad? You are chewing marungi. Are you mad? You look at these ones. Stop it. Remember, I paid the school fees for you to up to P6, and now you are not respecting me. Can you see now my son? Can you now see my son? Hey, you are here. Please, let's say, please, the sister is asking for forgiveness. Please, we have done wrong. Forgive us. No. The deaf child is saying, no, this is bad. Bring them. They are bad. Bring them. They are bad. Let's throw them away. Now, please, let us try to change our behaviors. Okay, before I forgive you, let us change our behaviors. So now they have changed behaviors, and they are now very happy, including the mother. They are now rejoicing in their family. That marks the end of the drama. But before, please, our guest of honor, the ministers, the different invited guests, the partners with us, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, you have seen in the drama, yes, how the deaf child was oppressed. Please, these deaf children, they have their rights. Yes, they have the rights to education. They have their rights to become doctors. But now, if the deafs and the families, they go to the health centers, they don't get the support, they can also become leaders. Yes, I said deafs can become teachers. Yes, they can do anything. Deafs can do anything. Yes, they can. You see, please and please, please, the deafs here, we don't have a deaf secondary school. We don't have a primary schools for the deaf. For example, secondary schools, we have Wakiso, which is very far. Our parents cannot afford to send us to Wakiso. And here, they don't afford to send us to Wakiso because of school fees. Please, you help us and advocate for us a deaf secondary school in northern Uganda, so that many of the deafs who stopped in P7, they can continue with the education. Please, 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 and please, please, you help us, please. Thank you. So this is how they're ending the drama.
Okay. Can we clap for the deaf for this drama?
Yes.
Can we clap for them?
A round of
Thank you so
applause,
much.
ladies and gentlemen. That was a very meaningful performance. And I expect that those who are here and those watching live on NTV, back home or wherever you are in office, you've picked a message from that drama. It is a message of inclusion, a message of leave no one behind, and that's the agenda we are pushing forward with such occasions. We want to thank you so much, the drama group from Arua. You've done a brilliant job. Allow me to recognize that we also have a representative for the district Kadi. We have Sheikh Hassan Rajab here with us. I want to thank you so much for coming. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm informed that the guest of honor is moving into the venue in a very short while. When they get here, they will first go and visit the exhibition stall, after which they will come take positions and we perform the anthems. After we have performed the anthems, we shall have prayers. I would like to inform you that the bishop and representative of the district Kadi have already accepted to lead those prayers. We shall be most glad. And thereafter, we shall launch into the speeches, which we will intend to move through pretty fast so that we end this occasion at least by 1 p.m. This afternoon. So ladies and gentlemen, I see there is another second drama group that is taking position. Can you come and set up here?
They are a marvelous traditional cultural group. Amadre Arua City, Lugbara community, the Anji Kar developed one side the dollar radiki. Kimu Avita, Amadre Lugbara Dremazi there. Yes. Madileri DJ Agondwai, Erbaneta, Evil group Ube, Yakelumbelia, Omunjilenjiri. You do it fast as we receive the chief guest into the pavilion.
We are going to get a dose of the Lugara culture.
Yeah, the really Lugara.
Very good. Thank you so much.
Yes. Now you can see a mother busy working on the drumming, and this is a unique skill. Yes. The group is coming. Okay, Muze Emiduki Parara. Do it faster. Okay. Yes, I can see publicity coming with them. And that song means that a snake has bitten the mother.
Ladies and gentlemen, I see our guest of honor has arrived. May we have a round of applause for the guest of honor?
Sakidri, let us clap to receive the chief guest as this traditional dance goes on.
There we are, the chief guest has arrived.
Please, can you wave? Dev, can we wave? Interpreters? Yes. Can we do that? Can we wave to?
I'd like to welcome the area MP,
Yes.
Honorable Atma Jackson,
Yeah.
SC5 chairperson,
Yes.
Honorable Wadri Sam Yakwa,
Is the mayor
to see you,
of the
sir.
city.
and we have also received the Honorable Minister of State for Disability Affairs,
Yes.
Honorable Helena Samo here.
Okay.
They have formed up to receive the guest of honor,
Okay.
who is none other than the third Deputy Prime Minister, the Honorable Rukia Nakadama, who has joined us. We're most welcome. We'd like to thank you for making it all the way to Arua to grace this occasion where we talk about issues pertaining to the deaf persons. This is a national event. Arua was happy and glad to host the national celebrations for this week. The activity for the International Week for Deaf Awareness span over 7 days. And since Monday, there have been various activities taking place to commemorate this day. And today we climax here in Arua with a national event. And we are happy to receive all of you who are here. I can see a strong representation from MPs who represent persons with disabilities. I can see a strong representation of the district leadership and the regional leadership. I've seen some leaders from the districts that make up the West Nile region. We'd like to thank you so much. We have here with us the Right Reverend Bishop Sabino Ochan Odoki is here with us, Bishop for Arua Diocese. We also have the district Kadi here represented strongly, and we also have district leaders led by the LC5 chairperson, the Honorable Sam Nyadri. We are most welcome for this to this occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to start off by visiting, inspecting the exhibition. Once the guest of honor arrives here, once she has been received, I would like to ask the protocol people to lead her and the team receiving her to visit the exhibition that is on the side here. And thereafter, we shall take positions for the anthems to be recited, and we shall have a prayer thereafter. Ladies and gentlemen, I can now confirm that the guest of honor has arrived. And like I said, once we are done with receiving the guest of honor, the team that is receiving her, kindly let's lead her to the exhibition stall to see what the person with disabilities across the country are doing. Oh, okay. I've been corrected here that my colleague Honorable Sam Wadri is now the mayor, Arua City. I want to thank you so much, sir. Thank you for the honors. Ladies and gentlemen, now we have the chief guest has arrived. We'd like to welcome you, Right Honorable Third Deputy Prime Minister, for this occasion. We want to thank you so much for agreeing to come and preside over this occasion. It's a national celebration, climaxing the International Deaf Awareness Week. And there with you is a strong representation of MPs for persons with disabilities, local leadership, the RCC, our Honorable Minister. We are going to start off by visiting the exhibition. Honorable Minister, we are going to start off by visiting the exhibition, which has been set the other side.
ya kreozoro. Amafanya ngoyo la vokova. Ngoye kreozoro. Amafanya ngo la vokova. Amafanya ngo la vokova yo. Me.
So make these bags using clothes. Is how we design it. Then we have the bags for beads. We design them. Then the snacks. We also make the snacks, but the challenge here is always expensive because of the money. We are not able to make it perfectly. We have the donuts here, whereby we also sell it in a reasonable prices. If you have the interest, you will be able to come and we negotiate. Then we have the rings of the hands, the necklaces, the earrings, we all have them. And others, we have the donuts whereby we cut the kitenge, then we make them. And all of us, we do it, and they are here. Even others, we fry peanuts. We fry peanuts whereby we toast it, then we put them in the cans, we cut them, then we sell them. The interested persons are always coming to us. Even they order, even they sell it in the supermarkets. We have here the flowers. It is in form of flower. We also make it, and it is always challenging. As we are women with the disabilities in the union, it always challenges us in form of buying the threads. And even though all that is like this, despite of all this, we try to make sure that we design it nicely like that, as you people you have seen. And we have liquid soap. We have here liquid soap, whereby we sell others at smaller prices, others in these small bottles, then others in even we have here honey for sale. And other people, they go on growing their fruits. Some of them, pick for me that bamia there. Some of them they also grow bamias, others grow this oranges. So that is what we do here. And we have here those who that category who always make mandazi, donuts. We also do all that. That is what we can here in Arua City Union with the women with disabilities. Thank you so much.
Interpreter here.
You're welcome, the Right Honorable Prime Minister. We are from Cheshire Services, Uganda, and we support children with learning difficulties to ensure that they are mainstreamed in education, because we know that so many of them have not been given the opportunity to study. So as Cheshire Services Uganda, we support the children to access mainstream education. And these are some of the materials that we make and share with our learners and stakeholders. Thank you. You're welcome, Right Honorable Prime Minister. This is the Uganda National Association of the Deaf, we have worked in the development of sign language manuals and the sign language dictionary to educate the people about about sign language. We sell the sign language manuals to institutions that train sign language, and this is a gift to you as an association. The sign language manual has signs where you can that you can read, and there are explanations of the signs in that book. You can take some time off to practice, and we use this to publicize sign language. There's a bigger dictionary that we haven't, that isn't here, but we work closely with Chambergo University to have this in place. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the exhibition review. Thank you so much, the exhibitors. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to get set for the anthems. And once the anthems are being recited, we all stand up. If you can't stand up, you raise your hand.
Okay. Members of congregation, please, let's wave to the chief guest. Chief guest, you're welcome. Yeah, thank you so much, our chief guest. You're most welcome to Arua. Our minister, the minister in charge of disability and the elderly affairs, Ministry of Gender, the Honorable Asamo Helen Grace. Thank you so much. You are most welcome. Our RCC is in the team. Our Honorable Member of Parliament, Central Division, Honorable Jackson. Our Deputy RCC, Dixon. Our Mayor, Your Worship, Wadisam Nyakwa, the Right Honorable Speaker of the City Council, Madam Gloria, you are most welcome, our dignitaries, to grace this occasion. With us has been our members of Parliament, and they are here. So we are getting set for the anthems.
Ladies and gentlemen, may we be upstanding for anthems now? We shall start with the Ugandan anthem. Thank you so much. Let's be upstanding for the prayers. And I have the privilege to invite His Lordship, the Right Reverend Bishop for Arua Diocese, Bishop Sabino, to lead us through a prayer, and the District Kadi of Arua to come and lead us also in this prayer.
Let us pray. Almighty God, we thank you for bringing us together here at Arua City Police Ground to celebrate with our brothers and sisters who may not be hearing well. We ask you to bless this gathering. May it help us to bring more awareness about the need of our brothers and sisters who depend on sign language. Bless our President, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. May you empower him to continue to lead us in peace so that we can continue to bring development for all our people, including those disadvantaged. Bless our guest of honor, who is here representing the President, and that is the third Deputy Prime Minister, none other than Right Honorable Rukia Nakadama Isanga. Bless our district leaders, our cultural leaders, our religious leaders, and all those who lead us in one way or the other. Bless all our parents and empower them to love all the children, whether they are disadvantaged or not. May you, O Lord, empower us all to do the best we can to promote our brothers and sisters who have challenges of this kind or the other. In a special way, I ask you to bless the deaf. Help them that they may cope with life, and also appreciate the help that we give them so that they may develop to serve our nation in the best way they can. May this international celebration of the Week for the Deaf help us all to grow in our awareness of the need of one another, especially the need for the deaf. We make all these prayers through Christ our Lord.
Bismillah wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Oh Allah, we thank you for the day. We thank you for life. We thank you for the different ways of creation, oh our Creator. Oh Allah, we are here championing the awareness on deaf people with disabilities under the theme Celebrating Thriving Deaf Communities. We sign for human rights. Oh Allah, we ask you to grant to our government the wisdom, the art of appreciating and recognizing the rights of all Ugandans in the different ways of creation. Oh Allah, we ask you to bless the deaf communities and to strengthen them in life and to make them to accept the nature of their creation. Oh Allah, you have created us with a purpose. We are here to submit to your will, O Almighty. Oh Allah, today the deaf communities in the world are appreciating and accepting the nature of their life, the nature of their creation. May you strengthen them more. May you empower them more, O Almighty. O Allah, empower the Ugandan communities to accord the rights of all the people with disabilities, to love them, not to take them that they are disabled, but to consider them as abled people within the community. Oh Allah, we say all this in your name. Wa sallallahu ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.
Thank you so much. We can have our seats. The Right Honorable Third Deputy Prime Minister for the Republic of Uganda, the Honorable Rukia Nakadama Isanga, you're most welcome to this occasion. We once again want to thank you so much for coming to preside over this national celebration when we commemorate as a country the International Week for the Deaf Persons. Right Honorable Minister, Prime Minister, here with us also, we have the Minister of State for Disability Affairs, the Honorable Helen Asamo Grace, who is here with us in the congregation. We also have a strong representation from the members of parliament representing persons with disabilities, led by their chairperson of the caucus, the Honorable Alex Indezi is here. We also have Honorable Joyce Achan Okeny here with us. We have Honorable Laura Kanusi here with us. We have Honorable Mali Mpindi. He has joined us. You're most welcome. And as you have seen, we have leaders from the religious groups. We have the Bishop for Arua Diocese who led the prayer, and the representative of the District Kadi, Sheikh Hassan Rajab, who was here to lead the prayer. We also have from the development partners from those who have put in finances to ensure that activities of disability, activities of inclusion are financed, represented by Mr. Greg, who is somewhere behind here with his team. From the Ministry of Gender, again, we have the Commissioner for Disability and Elder Affairs, representing the Permanent Secretary here, Mr. Prosper Mhumza. You're most welcome. I'm going to be doing this job with my brother, the chairperson, who will help us go through the protocols for the leaders from the regional perspective.
Yeah, thank you very much, my elder brother. I am very much delighted on this occasion to see my good friends, Amidistas from Kampala. You have recognized them. I would have loved to sing their names here, but now you have done that. So mine is leaders from the region here. Amidistas, our dear guests. We have our resident city commissioner of Arua, Madam RCC. Can you wave to your visitors? And the deaf people and all persons with disabilities and delegates from different districts. Thank you so much. The deputy RCC was here. Yes. Thank you so much. He has been in our meetings, writing for us letters, permission. Thank you so much. And amid this task, we have our mayor, the city mayor of Arua City Council, the Honorable Adesam Nyakwa. Please, can you wave to your people here? Yes, that is good. Then we have the Right Honorable Speaker of Arua City Council is here with us. Yes, thank you so much, Madam Gloria, for being present. I'm yet consulting because my member of parliament for this very place is a national leader, and I thought he had done that. He has not done. Our dear brother, the Honorable Jackson Atimali Buti, can you wave to your people and the visitors and your colleagues, MPs who have come here? Yes, thank you so much. Alex is smiling for you. And then we have the division mayors of the two divisions of Arua City, the division mayor central, that has Honorable Kemis. Yes, Kemis, thank you so much for being here. And then for Ivu division, we have the Honorable Malon Avutia. He's here with us. He's on the team supporting us in the background. Thank you so much. And then we also have the ministers of the city council. We have our line minister, the secretary for social services. She's also on the technical team. The Honorable Fadmula Kalsum. Thank you so much for being here. And then I've not seen the others. Yes. Thank you so much. These are the local leaders here. And we have our delegations of the persons with the hearing impairment who have come from different corners. We had the Koboko here. Let me start with those who are near here. Koboko, can you wave to the chief guest, Koboko? Yes, chief guest Koboko. They are a good number there. They are in the gowns. Thank you so much, the deaf people from Koboko. Yes, we have Moyo. Moyo was here with us since the other day. Moyo, can you wave? Moyo is there. Thank you so much. And then we have Terego. Terego, there were others who were here. Yes, Solomon and your team. Thank you so much. We have our dear friends from Lira, Honorable Aisha and your team. Can you wave? Lira group, where are you? Honorable Chan would like to see you. Thank you so much. Yeah, so Lira, you're welcome. Ajumani. Ajumani. Yes, Zombo, you have been with us in all the activities. Zombo, yes, Zombo, where are you? Yes, thank you so much, Zombo. The boys are down there. Thank you so much. Maracha, Alex and your team. You're here. So members, all that delegation from the various districts, that is a sample. We recognize you're coming here. We have our leaders of the district and city. We have the NRM chairperson of Arua district, Madam Joyce. Can you wave to the members? This is the government in place. Thank you for representing the Secretary General here and your team. Thank you so much. All our technical staff of Arua City Council, the principal CDO, and also those of Arua district, the focal person for disability Arua district. Can you all stand up and wave? All the technical staff who are working with the Ministry of Gender, working with other ministries here in the city. Thank you so much, and the district. Civil society organization, our partners, please stand up and wave. ZOA, Humanity and Inclusion, Quam, CEL, that is, yes, World Vision. Yeah, thank you so much. You are the one behind the refreshments and everything. Thank you so much. I think that is the overview of the interpreters, the media, and all that. Thank you so much for gracing this occasion.
Thank you so much, my brother, for a job well done, but you forgot to introduce yourself.
Oh, yes. Yes, our chief guest, the Right Honorable Prime Minister, the Third Deputy Prime Minister, we love you. Our Minister, in charge of our affairs, the Honorable Helen Grace, whom we voted in Jinja. Thank you so much for coming. My name is Jacinto Angutoko. I'm the chairperson of the City Union for Persons with Disabilities, Arua, and the one who chaired the setup of everything here. Thank you so much.
You have done definitely a very good job, my brothers. Thank you so much. Right Honorable, allow me now delve into the speeches for the day. And I would like to take this honor to invite our first speaker for the day, who will officially welcome us to this ground. May I welcome the RCC, Arua City, to welcome us and officially set us off running.
The Right Honorable Prime Minister, the Honorable Ministers present, the Honorable Members of Parliament present, the district political and technical leaders, my people with special ability, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Say God loves us. Thank you very much. Right Honorable Prime Minister, I take this opportunity to welcome you and your entourage to Arua City. Arua City is peaceful. The people are very active and very cooperative. And as we discussed earlier, I would like you to have another day. Don't hurry to go back. Stay around and see the beauty of Arua. Members, I want to thank you for coming for this occasion. I want to thank the government of Uganda for recognizing the rights of everyone under the leadership of Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. In the past, people with disability were forgotten. Even parents would not recognize their children who have disabilities. But this government has put everybody on top, especially the women. I want to thank the President for appointing you the third Deputy Prime Minister. Thank you very much. I also want to thank the President for this time around recognizing women in a very special way. Women, clap for yourselves. I want to thank you. My task is very small. I forgot to recognize the presence of the religious leaders. You are so special to us. I would like to recognize you in a very special way. Thank you very much for coming. My task is very small, to welcome you to the city. You are most welcome. Enjoy yourself in Arua City. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam RCC, for those remarks. And again, remembering the religious leaders, especially with the good news that the religious grounds are now open. We can now get back to the mosques and churches for some spiritual refilling. It will feel good. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to our next stage of remarks. And it's my honor now to invite the Executive Director, Uganda National Association of the Deaf Persons, to deliver his remarks for the day.
Our guest of honor, the Right Honorable Third Deputy Prime Minister, our Honorable Minister in charge of Disability Affairs present. Mama, you're welcome. We're happy to see you here. Members of Parliament present, we're happy to see here. Different dignitaries from Arua City. We're also happy to have you here. The mayor and the council members, development partners present, NGOs, representatives present, the deaf community are here. We honor you. We thank you very much for honoring this International Day of Deaf Persons. Honorable, Right Honorable Third Deputy Prime Minister, I'm called Mr. Robert Nkwangu, and I'm the Executive Director of the Uganda National Association of the Deaf. But again, I have also my board members here. Allow me invite one person from the representative of the board to come and say a word, and then in this case, let me invite the deputy chairperson or vice chairperson of UNAD to speak on behalf of the Uganda National Association of the Deaf. Thank you very much. But the board of UNAD is ably represented here. Welcome, madam. Thank you, everyone, for honoring this day. Our guest of honor, the Right Honorable Third Deputy Prime Minister, our Minister in charge of Disability Affairs, the MPs present, development partners present, representatives from Arua City, the board and management of UNAD, representatives from the civil society organizations and the private sector present, ladies and gentlemen. I am called Esayet Bibian, and that's my sign name. I represent deaf women on the board of the Uganda National Association of the Deaf. I am from the East, and I'm also a councillor at Soroti City. I greet you again and bring you greetings from the Uganda National Association of the Deaf. Our chief guest today, the Right Honorable Lukia Nakadama Isanga. We want to thank you specifically for honoring this invitation. And we welcome you in joining the deaf people as they celebrate the International Day of Deaf People in Uganda. Before I continue, I would like to invite the chairperson of Arua City Deaf Association to come and say hello to you. You're welcome, sir. Thank you very much, Madam Bibian, Honorable. Before I continue, I want in a special way to welcome our Third Deputy Prime Minister. I also want to welcome our Minister for Disability Affairs. I also welcome the members of Parliament present and our local leaders here, the Mayor, the members of Parliament of Arua, and the other development partners present. I am excitedly honored to host you here today. I'm called Honorable Twalib, and I'm the chairperson of the Uganda National Association of the Deaf here at Arua City. And I'm also a councillor on the Council of Arua Division. As an association of the deaf, we started, it was established in 1973 to date. And we've tried our best to work hard to promote the plight of deaf people. And we know the leaders, the past leaders have tried to focus on education. And as I can speak, we have 3 schools for the deaf here. And we are happy that most of them are going to school. However, the challenge is that most of our learners stop at primary 7, and we don't have a regional school here. I would request the authorities that let's work together as we promote the education of deaf people, to ensure that at least a secondary school for the deaf be established in our region. Thank you very much. Thank you, Honorable Twalib, for greeting the people and welcoming them to your place, to the area. Now, as I may continue, as the Uganda National Association of the Deaf, our vision is having a dignified membership of deaf people in Uganda. We also lobby and advocate for the inclusion of issues of deaf people in various services, including education, health, and access to different information that is relevant to them. Uganda National Association of the Deaf is affiliated to the World Federation of the Deaf. And it's also a member, as I've said, of the World Federation of the Deaf. The World Federation of the Deaf, Right Honorable Third Deputy Prime Minister, inaugurated every last week of September to be the International Day of Deaf Persons, and that's the reason why we are here to commemorate that day. The theme for this year's celebration is celebrating thriving deaf communities, and we sign for human rights. This theme is very relevant for us to ensure that as deaf people, we get access to quality information through sign language. Right Honorable Third Deputy Prime Minister, we have deaf people in Uganda, but of course, we know that the NRM government has done a lot for us, but we also have some challenges in the area of accessing health, education. We also have challenges in accessing health centers, challenges in accessing quality information, amongst others. And we find it prudent to have guidelines to ensure the implementation of all advocacy programs and activities to ensure that they streamline issues of deaf people. Our guest of honor, we appreciate that COVID is here with us, and as deaf people, we've also faced a number of challenges, more so in information that is being disseminated in line with COVID and the other SOPs. We also have another challenge in accessing health information, for instance, on family planning, amongst others, because we know we have many deaf people who want to start families. We request the government to establish laws that enable televisions, or we're requesting the government come up with guidelines to ensure that all television stations have information through sign language for us to be able to benefit. And all the information you're sending out should be in accessible format. We're also pushing for having sign language interpreters recruited in the public service structures, because we know that there are already structures in place, but we want to ensure that we have sign language interpreters in that structure, because without them there, it's affecting inclusion of sign language interpreters in the public service. So we believe that if we have the interpreters in the structures of government, then recruitment of them would be would come in very handy. I want to appreciate the Ministry of Gender, Labor and Social Development. I also want to, in a very special way, thank Arua City, UNFPA, the government of Uganda, ZOA, Sign Health, Nudipu, and the other stakeholders who have made this day possible. Allow me to invite my board and I introduce the board to you. We have a board of directors present. Please come and introduce yourselves and also say hello to the members present. You're all welcome. Please come and we have a quick introduction here. Let's just kindly introduce yourselves. Let's begin with Twalib. Tell us what you do on the board of UNAD. Feel free, because the day is yours. Hello, everyone. I'm called Marwas Simon, and I am a board member representing the Karamoja sub-region, and I'm the Human Resource Committee chairperson. It's a pleasure meeting all of you today. Hello, everyone. I'm called Ninsima Margaret, and on the board, I represent the Western region. I'm happy to see all of you here. I'm very excited to see you here. I'm called Madame Ape Sempaka, and I represent the deaf women on the board. I've been a former councillor of Kawempe division in Kampala. I greet you all. I'm called Atim Daisy, and I represent the northern region on the board of UNAD, but I'm born of Nebi district. Thank you, you're welcome. Hello everyone, good afternoon. I'm called Okoda Boni, and I'm a board member representing the deaf people. I'm from Aleptong district. Thank you very much for coming and being with us. I greet all of you. I'm called Fred Yakwaya, and I'm a board member. On the board, I'm the treasurer. At the same time, I represent the Eastern region. I'm from Kapchorwa district. Well, you know what Kapchorwa has been famous for? Practicing FGM, but we are fighting that. So thank you very much, everyone, for accepting to listen to us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, the team from UNAD. Very exciting that we learned from you a lot today. And I'm very sure that Right Honorable Prime Minister, the teams, the people at home, in offices, back there watching us on NTV, are equally learning a lot from this occasion. Allow me now invite the Chief Executive Officer for the National Union of Disabled Persons of Uganda, Madame Esther Chozira, to speak to us.
Thank you, Honorable. Our guest of honor, the Prime Minister, the third Prime Minister, our Minister in charge of disability, our members of Parliament, the local leadership of Arua, all dignitaries in your respective capacities, the deaf persons, ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad to be here and speaking to you. My name is Esther Chozida. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of NUDIPU. And NUDIPU joins hands with the Deaf Fraternity to celebrate the day today. Before I go into what I prepared to speak today, I wanted to recognize my chairperson, who also happens to be a member of parliament. Honorable Mpindi, I request that you stand up and wave to the people. I know at some point you'll be speaking to the audience. Thank you. I'm told you are done. Yes. Maybe for the honorable guest of honor, I'm a visually impaired person, so I get support from a personal assistant most of the time or all the time. I also wanted to invite the district union chairperson, if he's around, to come and also wave to the people. Is the district union chairperson around? Yeah, you can just come and say hello so that. Okay. Yeah, okay, so you can speak. Okay. Are you using the same microphone?
1 minute here. 1 minute. Yeah.
Okay. Let's use this one, but quickly, yeah? Yeah. No, we are going to pass.
Thank you very much, our chief guest and Nudipo. Members, my name's once again Angutoko Paulino Jacinto. I'm the chairperson of Arua City Union of Persons with Disabilities. I have a board of 19 and 5 executives. I have a strong team that is well composed, albinos, little people, the deaf, the visually impaired, the physical, all categories. We were formed in May, executive director. I want to report to you that we are progressing very, very, very well. And we are heavily in support of UNAD and our friends with hearing impairment behind the success of what you are seeing here. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Chairperson. Our guest of honor, NUDIP is an umbrella organization of persons with disabilities of Uganda. And we have member organizations in every district, which we call the district unions of persons with disabilities. And I felt it was necessary for the chairperson of Arua City to say hello. And we also have national organizations of persons with disabilities that are based at the national level. And our vision is to ensure that we have a just and fair society where persons with disabilities live a dignified and prosperous life. So when we are here today, we are really working to see that our vision of ensuring dignity and prosperous life for all persons with disabilities, including those with hearing impairment, is actually actualized in these celebrations. So today, as the deaf community celebrates the thriving communities, we join part, and we are part of the advocacy for ensuring that the thriving communities are actually achieved. And NUDIPO has been working so hard to ensure that we have sign language interpretation on the televisions, we have sign language interpretation in health centers, at school, and in all public places. And honorable guest of honor, one of our concerns is that some of the televisions have not yet prioritized sign language, especially during the news bulletins and even during public events like this one. So it is our ask that our honorable minister in charge of disability and you, our guest of honor, you really help us to push for this. Then the other ask that we are making as NUDIPO is that sign language is recognized in the Constitution of Uganda, but enforcement of sign language is still a problem. We still see communities that don't have sign language. We still see institutions that don't prioritize sign language, and yet we feel if it's taken on right from the lower levels of education in the communities, if we can integrate it in the functional adult literacy programs, if they are still existent, I think that's the way we shall see sign language becoming a right as we are talking about it today. Because as we say that we sign for human rights, the intention is that our people with hearing impairments are given quality information, but this cannot happen if the communities are not trained on sign language, or they even don't know when and where to use sign language. So this is the emphasis that we need to make as we celebrate this day. And on the side of Nudipu, we are really trying our best. We make sure that in everything we do, sign language is part of it. We make sure that in all activities, we have sign language interpreters. And my call is that whoever is getting stuck at some point looking for a sign language interpreter and they don't know where to find them, please come to Nudipu. The services are there. Of course, it is at a cost. You may not want to get it at a free of charge, but we can no longer claim that we don't know where sign language interpreters are. And now that we have them, they even have their own association that gives us the energy to demand for sign language in all public and private sector. Nudipu is implementing several programs. So for the people of Arua, we are partnering with the ZOA organization and Light for the World and other partners to start a program in Arua district and Arua city to ensure that our persons with disabilities can access savings and credit programs, they can understand their land rights, and they can demand for service delivery. So persons with disabilities, including those with hearing impairment, please embrace this program when it comes to your district. Ladies and gentlemen, and our guest of honor, I just want to appreciate and thank the organizers for this event and wish everyone very nice celebrations today. I say all this for God and my country. Thank you.
Thank you so much, the CEO, for those remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me now invite the chairperson of the MPs representing persons with disabilities. He's also the chairperson for UNAD, and he's also an MP representing persons with disabilities, the Honorable Alex Indezi. Please come and speak to us.
I wouldn't like to break the protocol. My brother, the Member of Parliament for Arua District, please say hello to your people before I go ahead.
Right Honorable Third Deputy Prime Minister, who is the guest of honor for today's occasion, the Minister for Disabilities, members of Parliament, the religious leaders, political leaders, donors and development partners, the deaf, the press, representatives of the societies of private sector and civil society, ladies and gentlemen. Guest of honor, my name is Atima Jackson, Member of Parliament representing Central Division, Arua City. Dear guest of honor, I am so delighted to the government of Uganda for choosing Arua Central Division to celebrate this very important day today. Extend our sincere thanks to His Excellency, the President of Uganda. Guest of honor, I want to thank the chair for giving me 1 minute to greet my people. I stand here to welcome you and the entire entourage, the deaf, and all the people who have come to celebrate here today. Feel at here, Arua Central Division, Arua City is a very welcoming place. It's a place that has peace. It's a place with pure honey. Some of you who have come all the way from Kampala and other regions, please endeavor to go with the honey of Arua. I don't have much to say. I want to thank my colleague for giving me the opportunity to greet all the people I greet you warmly. Take care of yourselves. COVID is real. I welcome my colleagues, members of parliament, to my Central Division affiliate here. I am happy to see you here. As I was given only 1 minute, I have to stop here. Thank you very much, my brother.
Because of time, please allow me pass on the microphone to the members of parliament seated here to say hello to the members. You're coming closer? Okay.
You first hold. Members, chief guest, allow me to address you while I'm seated. Reason being, we have here different disabilities, and mine is a critical one, affecting the lower limbs. The chief guest today, the Right Honorable Third Deputy Prime Minister, the State Minister in charge of disability, fellow MPs for people with disabilities, area MPs for Arua, the city mayors and the deputy city mayor, the RCC and the deputy RCC, the deaf community who have traveled from all over the country, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Achan Joyce. I represent people with disabilities of Uganda in the 11th Parliament. I want to thank UNAD for having invited me to celebrate with them this important occasion. As the theme goes, celebrating thriving deaf communities, we sign for human rights. The chief guest today, I would like to bring to your attention that this is a very unique kind of disability. We have about 18 categories of disabilities, and the deaf community is one of them. As you see me very weak on the leg, their challenge is on the hearing. The deaf community are one of the category of people with disability who suffered much during COVID-19 in the hands of the security. The chief guest, today I want to appeal to you that as these people suffered, the reason has been because you in the office of Prime Minister have not recognized people with disabilities in the National Task Force streaming down to the district. I would like you to take it very, very serious that we need a representation on the National Task Force so that we voice the concerns of our people. The deaf community suffered in the hands of security. They were beaten, and some of them had died. We want you to take note of that. To my fellow disabled deaf community, I'm happy that you have organized this day in my region. I come from Northern region. I'm married in West Nile and in Arua here. I'm very happy to welcome you to my home district. And I would like to tell the deaf community that we have in our work plan, to streamline the issue of the sign language in all the ministries. In fact, our Honorable State Minister, Helena Samu, is going to talk much about it. We want to start from the Ministry of Gender to lead other ministry. I urge the deaf community too to get involved in all the government-funded programs, and those involved the Mioga Sago. I'm very happy that when I came to consult, all the West Nile community gathered here in Arua, and I consulted each district. I'm very happy that Arua has reported that one group got 29 million, and they have already loaned to 7 groups, I mean. I'm very happy about that. I would also want you to take advantage of the national special grant that comes directly from Ministry of Gender. I'm very happy I've sensitized you how to access these funds. And I know you are going to make good use of it. I've provided you with the guidelines, make good use of that. There is also district special grant that comes from the government, and it comes direct to the district. I wanted the chairperson of Arua City and other districts to be here, because our people are being mistreated by your CDOs who refuse to write for them project proposals, and as a result, they miss out on these special grants. And these are funds which are given to people with disability to enrich their livelihood. But you find your CDOs are not helping these people. As I wind up, Chief Guest, since this one is being my home district and my region, I've offered to these people one bull to eat today, to roast and eat. I thank you so much.
Time, please.
Thank you very much, our Chief Whip, who is Honorable Alex Ndezi, and I know that time is not on his side, so he's not giving us the time to speak, but I understand the time. So I'll jump the protocol for that matter, and I just want to welcome our Chief Guest, the Right Honorable Nakadama. And because our Chief Whip has given me 1 minute, I want to appreciate the leadership of Arua for welcoming us, and I want to appreciate the area MP, who is our colleague, for inviting us and coming for our function. Right Honorable, I want to send you to the President for a few things that I'm going to talk about, because today you're representing the President. Of course, I want to welcome the deaf community and all the disabled people that have come here to celebrate with us. Our voters, thank you for coming. Everybody, thank you for coming. Right Honorable Third Prime Minister, the first thing I want to talk about, and it is unfortunate that the drama that was done here, you hadn't come, was about education for deaf people. And we want you to take this message to the President that one of the disabilities that is lacking education is the deaf community, because sign language is not in schools, is not in colleges, is not in universities. Secondly, we want to emphasize the issue of livelihoods and employment. Right Honorable, people with disabilities are employable. They can perform. I think you have seen CEOs here, directors of different organizations with different disabilities. The parish model is coming up. And I remember that the President said they're ring fencing for the women. I want to believe that we are ring fencing for persons with disabilities. We cannot be left out in the ring fencing, because these people are not able to go and fight for that money with the rest of the people who are able-bodied. So please, please, we want to ring fence for people with disabilities in the parish model. I want to talk about the issue of women with disabilities. For whatever program that government has for women, we want to ask government that women with disabilities be prioritized. Api Namatov, can you stand up? I will end with Api Namatov, and please, Honorable Alex, allow me. I have very specific reason why I'm. Api Namatov is a former councillor for Kawempe. She's deaf. She lost her child during the NUP riots in Kampala. Right Honorable, we did raise this issue to His Excellency the President, and the President promised that she would meet her. That was the only able-bodied child that Api had. She has now lost that child. She's struggling with another disabled child. Once again, we want to ask you that you remind the President to meet with Api because she's a single mother. She has another disabled child. She lost her child during the NUP riots. Lastly, Right Honorable, in 2011, His Excellency promised councillors of persons with disability motorcycles. Right Honorable, 2011 is a long time. These people have been waiting for the motorcycles. They can't move to do their work. They need mobility to perform. We again want to ask you that you remind the President of his pledge of 2011 while we're celebrating the International Day for the Deaf in Kamwenge, that please, these people cannot do much. You saw the chairperson of the union. He has physical disabilities, all our councillors. Please, we ask that the President meets this pledge that he pledged in 2011. I want to thank you, and our people who are here feel comfortable. We are here. We are going to eat with you. We are going to drink with you. Welcome to Arua City. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Whip. Our chief guest, the Right Honorable Prime Minister, our Minister in charge of disability, and my senior colleague, the Honorable Jackson Atima Buti Lee. Thank you for coming here. I am not going to talk much because the whip has already told us the issue of time, but I associate myself to whatever the Honorable Achan and Honorable Lola has said, and the Right Honorable Prime Minister being a colleague, I will tell you more about the disability, and whatever I'm going to tell you, please take it as something that has come from today's function. I want to end here, but of course, to welcome all our bosses, and Right Honorable Prime Minister, the bosses here, I mean our voters, for entrusting us with their vote. And as you see, we are working as a team. The whole of us, we are here, and we will continue to work as a team to change the lives of persons with disability in this country. Thank you so much.
I just want to hand over to before I hand over to the MC, guest of honor, from my heart, I would like to congratulate you for winning the elections, in Mayuge, and then the President appointing you as the Right Honorable Minister. Thank you very much, and congratulations. We are very happy. We are letting everyone who is joining us today, this is not our first time to relate with the Honorable Nakadama. She's a very good lady. We've worked with her for a long time as persons with disabilities. Let me also use this opportunity to congratulate my own sister, Honorable Helena Samo Grace, for winning the elections and also being appointed as the Minister for State for Persons with Disabilities. And also my brother, the new Commissioner Prosper, I welcome you to the Disability Fraternity. Arua community in general and the leaders and the local leaders here, congratulations for winning, and thank you for planning the Deaf Week and making it a success. From my heart, thank you very much. My brother, the LC chairpersons and the mayors and all the disability fraternity that are here. My one point is, it's not my first time to come to Arua, but in 1994, we came together to come up with the Association of Persons with Disabilities. There was no disability organization yet. It was hard. There were no sign language. There's no sign language then. But today, we are proud that we have 3 schools, and we have interpreters that are doing great work that you can see all over the place. Thank you very much for the good work. But we don't have the secondary school like Twalib said. We pray that the government works together with the deaf community to build up a secondary school in this region. other disability community, thank you for coming together to commemorate the International Day for the Deaf people. I cannot forget the Honorable Minister. When we were coming, in the past the road was so good. Honorable Minister, as you were coming, I want to emphasize this, the road has been spoiled and it will cause more accidents and more number of persons with disabilities. Please liaise with UNRWA to make sure that this road is worked on so that we can have a swift journey as we come back and we go out of Arua. I hand over to the MC. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Alex Ndezi and your team. I can see it's a very energetic team there and quite committed on the cause, given the messages you've delivered. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a recorded message from the country representative for UNFPA, and I would like to request our technical team from NTV to go right ahead and play that message before we invite the Honorable Minister of State for Disability.
Thank you. The following remarks are delivered on behalf of development partners in Uganda. The Right Honorable Third Prime Minister and Minister without portfolio, Minister of State for Disability Affairs, Member of Parliament of People with Disabilities, Uganda National Association of the Deaf, Uganda National Council of People Living with Disabilities, Uganda National Council of Disabled Persons. Ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. Every year, on the third week of September, the world comes together to commemorate the International Week of Deaf People. Further, the United Nations General Assembly proclaimed the 23rd of September as the International Day of Sign Language to raise awareness of the importance of sign language in the full realization of the human rights of people who are deaf. This is contained in the Convention on the Rights of People with Disabilities, which acknowledges that early access to sign language and services, including quality education, is critical to internationally agreed development goals, such as the promise of Agenda 2030. According to the World Federation of the Deaf, there are more than 70 million deaf people worldwide. More than 80% of them live in developing countries. We in Uganda cannot ignore this population if we have to make progress. Realizing their rights is a matter of justice, as well as a smart investment into the future of the country. We have to take note that women and girls with disabilities worldwide are facing increased risk factors for gender-based violence and compounded barriers to accessing sexual and reproductive health information, goods, services, and multisectoral gender-based violence prevention and response services. The pre-existing barriers, combined with the impact of COVID-19 itself, have created a particularly precarious situation for women and girls with disabilities as distinct from other groups. At the global level, the United Nations is championing inclusivity by, number one, mobilizing member states to uphold principles enshrined in the Charter of the United Nations, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and other international human rights instruments, in particular, the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, among other existing international guidance on inclusion of persons with disabilities. Number two, prioritization of disability issues in the Sustainable Development Goals, including Agenda number 10 on reducing inequality within and among countries, and particularly on target 10.2, which is empower and promote the social, economic, and political inclusion of all, irrespective of age, sex, disability, race, ethnicity, origin, religion, or economic or another status. Number three, the commitment to Agenda 2030 was affirmed by the development of the United Nations Disability Inclusion Strategy dated 2019, which aims to raise the standards of the United Nations performance on disability inclusion across the board and action to bring about the unified and transformative change we need. The strategy has clear benchmarks and is encouraging more persons with disabilities to work in and be better supported by the United Nations. We, at the United Nations Population Fund, UNFPA, and precisely in Uganda, have prioritized inclusion in the new 5-year strategic plan, where disability inclusive programming is at the center of the 9th Government of Uganda and UNFPA country program. This will ensure that UNFPA upholds the principle of leaving no one behind and expand access to sexual and reproductive health and rights to people living with disabilities in Uganda. UNFPA is also committed to the principle of nothing about us without us. And to such, we are happy to be a key partner in this celebration. Further, UNFPA Uganda has opened its space for people living with disabilities to be able to share their dreams and aspirations, and together we work to ensure that they realize their potential. I'm happy to share in this forum that UNFPA Uganda Country Office has employed a young woman with hearing impairment, and it has made a huge difference in addressing inclusion in our programming. We believe we can only be a platform of change for people living with disabilities if and only if they can access our platform and speak. This is just the beginning of a long journey towards inclusivity. Together, we still have to do much more. So moving forward, we commit to address discrimination and exclusion, particularly against women and girls with disability. We commit to do much more to ensure the full respect, protection, and fulfillment of sexual reproductive health and rights, to the right to be free from violence and related rights for women and girls with disabilities all the times. We commit to do much more to ensure the inclusion of persons with disability in all government planning, and budgeting processes, ensuring they have a seat at the table to discuss national emergency plans. Let us include persons living with disability in the response planning of the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. I call upon all development and humanitarian actors, including central and local government, development partners, and the private sector in Uganda to match the overwhelming political leadership commitment to inclusivity with financial resources to enable us realize the goal of leaving no one behind. I call upon all government and development partners to ensure inclusivity in transportation, infrastructure, educational institutions, information and communications, technology, to make our urban centers, rural communities for a more inclusive society. We definitely have to do much more together with persons with disabilities as agents of change in order to build a more inclusive, progressive, and sustainable world. As I conclude my remarks for this special day, I want to share my sincere appreciation to the institutions that organize this commemoration. Uganda National Association of the Deaf, Ministry of Gender, Labor, and Social Development, our development partners, the Austria Development Cooperation, UNFPA, and the Netherlands Embassy in Uganda, whose financial contribution has made this possible. This is a great show of action towards the global commitments to inclusivity for the United Nations family and our partners in Uganda. UNFPA, the United Nations Population Fund, reiterates its commitment to support programs to achieve zero preventable maternal deaths, zero unmet need for family planning, and zero gender-based violence and harmful practices like child marriage and female genital mutilation by 2030. Allow me to end with a quote from Catalina de Vandas, a special rapporteur on the rights of persons with disabilities, who said, and I quote, "Despite multiple agendas and competing priorities, the rights of people with disabilities cannot be marginalized," unquote. Thank you for making it a priority to celebrate thriving deaf communities. Thank you for your kind attention.
To come as our guest of honor. Right Honorable Prime Minister, many things have been said here. One, I want to emphasize the issue of the National Development Plan, which was not captured in my report, that the National Development Plan is promoting the parish development model. In the parish development model, our Ministry of Gender is going to handle the issue of mindset change. You know, Ugandans, when they get any money, they think it's for nyam-nyam, not for development. As we move to the parish development model, there'll be no discussion of saying, I thought the president was thanking me for ABCD. This one's going to start, and start soon. In the parish development model, we are going to have people with disabilities represented. We shall have the youth, the women, people with disabilities, and all the other categories to be there. And I think you need to clap for yourselves. You need to get a representative who is very strong at the parish to fight for us. Honorable Laura said we are there, but we didn't get our ring fencing. We all believe that the women of Uganda are more in population, but we are saying when you give the women a ring fence, there must be women with disabilities. So the women in the current proposal are going to get 30% of the money that we'll put at a parish, but within the 30%, those women with disabilities who are capable to be in the inclusion approach will be beneficiaries. We shall have another 30% given to the young people. The young people also have young people with disabilities. Again, we shall benefit from there. Then we shall have our 10% hours, like the special grant. We have hours in the parish. And in the parish, you will have 10%, but benefiting from the women, benefiting from the youth. And then the other 30% is for the general public. We could have said for men, but general. Everybody will benefit from it. So people with disabilities, you are not left out. We are there, our eyes are open, our ears are open whenever any program is coming to ensure that we are part and parcel of the programming. Nothing for us without us. I also want to say that the special grant, which you have been getting, we have argued it out because they wanted all these monies were used to go to the parish. We have been able to convince government that the special grant is building our capacity, so we should leave it at where it is. So that one is remaining in the Ministry of Gender. Otherwise, I will have no work. If there will be no special grant in the ministry, then I would resign. So the special grant is going to remain in the Ministry of Gender. But when we give you the money, please build your capacity and move forward. We are preaching inclusion and want the disabled people to become included in all government programs. I also want to say, Madam Guest of Honor, we are in your ministry of the OPM, you are promoting the SDGs, and the SDG says, leave no one behind. Right Honorable Prime Minister, in the committee of SDGs, how I wish the people who are assessing see how the programs have benefited people with disabilities generally, and also the deaf people specifically. So with that, we know whether we are marching on the right way to the 2030 agenda. And I want to believe that your Department of OPM is critical in ensuring that we attain this SDGs 2030. So it is my prayer that working with you, we can ensure that our people have been involved in all the programs. Since already there's an order, leave no one behind. Right Honorable Prime Minister, members have talked about education. It's critical. Most of our deaf people end in P7 and then they get lost. But I want to thank the government that it has built some few schools. We have one school for the deaf in Wakiso. We have another school for the deaf in Mbale, which is both for secondary as well as vocational training. Unfortunately, in the north, this side, we don't have a school for the deaf at secondary level. So you can imagine a child who has passed maybe P7 in Arua to be the nearest, to travel up to Wakiso or to travel up to Mbale. And then there are those challenges. So I think, Madam Prime Minister, this was in the pledge of the manifesto of NRM. I think we need to follow it up and ensure that a school is built in the northern to take care of learners with hearing impairment. We shall discuss with the local government if such a school can be built here or built anywhere in the north. But I think it came from Arua, and that's something that we could do as an offer. Right Honorable Prime Minister, the theme today is saying thriving deaf communities. And they are telling you we signed for human rights. That's what they are telling us. Right Honorable Prime Minister, without sign language interpreters, the deaf community will never get information. And we know that information is wealth. And we know wealth gives you to become prosperous. So we don't want to leave this community of over 500,000 people in poverty. And our government is promoting poverty alleviation programs. We talk about it on TVs, we talk about them on radio, but our community is not getting information. I would like to inform you that through Kiambogo University, we have over 700 sign language interpreters qualified at diploma. It's not that they are not educated. They are very well educated. And most of these you see signing here are qualified people. So it's a profession. It's not just something that people take it for granted. So we are beginning to discuss with public service, and I'll request you that we add our voice. If all the MDS, government ones, can employ, at least for a start, a pool of sign language interpreters, so that whenever we are talking about parish development model, somebody's translating it to the deaf. Otherwise, they will always get information late when other people have already moved on. So it is my humble prayer that you take this up and be able to support our community. And we know that sign language is very critical. When there was interference here, the interpreters failed to communicate. How I wish all of us knew sign language, the world would be peaceful. Here is very quiet, like nobody seated here, because everybody is signing. So you realize that nobody will realize there's something happening here, because everything is in the sign language. After all, sign language is recognized in the Constitution of Uganda. We have recognized sign language in the Act for People with Disabilities 2020. Right now, Prime Minister, we're working on the regulations. And soon when the regulations are out, we are going to make sure that all the MDS follow suit and ensure that we have people with sign language. I don't want to emphasize about COVID. Most of these people did not participate in the COVID activities because the communication by the Minister of Health was always limited because there was no sign language interpreter. Right Honorable Prime Minister, as I conclude, I think I want to reiterate what has been said, that we cannot ignore the rights of people with disabilities when we are programming. If there are people who are trustworthy, if there are people who are good, people who believe in what they believe in, especially for the NRM government, it is people with disabilities. And I think we need to give them the rights that they deserve and be able to be supported in all the program area. I know government is not talking of inclusion, and we want the inclusion, meaningful inclusion. And I want to conclude by saying, my fellow participants here, the government of Uganda is in support of including people with disabilities. Sometimes they don't know what to do, but we are there to see how we can guide them, and I know something will come on board. I want to conclude by thanking UNFPA, one of the biggest funders for this function. Arua District, we really thank you, because with COVID we thought we would not come here. The office of the RCC, the office of the mayor, our brother Atima, I'll call you my brother because your wife was my good friend when she was in parliament. We thank you for officially being here. Members, clap for that MP. It's very rare to have an MP who is not disabled coming for our functions. And I think it's going to be an example and our ally in parliament. I also want to thank the honorable members of parliament for all of you appearing. The new brood of members of parliament have agreed to work together. And every Monday of every month, they have to be in my office to have a meeting so that we can agree to have a roadmap, how we are going to move. I want to thank you for the support you have given this function. I'm not going to say it. My Minister of Gender, led by the Commissioner, we have held meetings. I want to thank you, Commissioner, and your team. And we want to appreciate that as we continue, this is the first activity I'm holding as a minister, that we shall continue working together. I might not stay here for the evening. I had Honorable Achan giving something because tomorrow I have to be in Soroti. We have another meeting with the elders there. So you will get my apology that being a minister is not the same as Samo, who was the other side. But I will always get time to squeeze myself to come back to my constituency. It's a bit tough, but I'm trying to cope up. So I thank you so much, and may God bless you when you go back to your homes, and greet everybody who has not been here. It is now my singular honor and pleasure to invite the Right Honorable Third Deputy Prime Minister and Minister with that portfolio, the Honorable Nakadama Isanga Rukia, to come and address us, and I want to see people welcoming her in our language. Please welcome her. Honorable, please talk to your people. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. you so much, Honorable Minister. I think I have also to remove, because people have to see my lips, you know, that it is a deaf week. Thank you so much, Honorable Minister, Honorable Samo, Honorable Members of Parliament present here, the RCC, RDC, the leadership from the district, leadership from the city, development partners, traditional and cultural leaders, religious leaders, deaf persons of Uganda, leaders of the disability fraternity in Uganda, I'll say protocol observed, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon all. I'm called Nakadama Rukia Isanga, who has been with you before, because I was in the Ministry of Gender, Labor and Social Development as a minister in charge of culture and women affairs. So during that time, I used, of course, to be with you people. So it is not my first time that I'm here, and Honorable, it is not the first time that I'm going to start learning or advocating for these people. I'm just continuing, because since that time that I was in the ministry, you know, I learned a lot, and I started advocating for you people. I want to take this opportunity to salute the deaf fraternity in Uganda and the world on the occasion of marking the climax of International Deaf Awareness Week. This week is observed as part of the many efforts of promoting understanding of the rights of deaf persons, the challenges they face, and also to mobilize support for their dignity, rights, and well-being. We also observe this week to heighten awareness of the benefits society derives from integration of deaf persons in every aspect of our political, social, economic, and cultural rights. Many of you will recall that persons with disabilities, including the deaf, have historically suffered injustices and barriers that are socially constructed on the basis of ignorance about disabilities. In many cultures, being born with a disability was construed as a curse. Furthermore, because of the predominantly patriarchal nature of the African society, the curse was always associated with the mothers. I think all of us here, we know that when a mom gives birth to a child during that time who had a disability, that person would be treated differently in that home. Mothers have been told to go away with their children. Husbands would divorce those women because that lady has brought a curse in the family. They would not even be brought into public. Children used to be left behind there. When a visitor comes, that person would not be allowed to come and greet. They say, no, 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 take that person away. So that was what was happening during that time. As a result, mothers and their children with disabilities, including the deaf children, were often discriminated against and often abandoned. Ladies and gentlemen, when the NRM government took over power in 1986, we launched the struggle of liberating persons with disabilities from the deeply rooted injustices and barriers. This struggle was and remains important because the barriers undermine the ability of persons with disabilities to exploit their full potential. Given our strong belief in the role of the people in any struggle, we were quick to realize that we could not address the challenges and barriers against the PWDs without their direct involvement in the policy and legislative processes. That is how we decided that PWDs should be represented at all decision-making levels from LOC 1 to Parliament. Accordingly, Uganda became the first country in Africa to have MPs representing PWDs in Parliament. In Africa, Uganda was the first country to do that. We need to clap for our government. In addition, we created structures for mobilizing and empowering persons with disabilities, including the deaf rights, right from the village to the national level, to participate into the development initiatives. I want to take this opportunity to thank the leaders of the deaf fraternity for working with government through the different fora that have established to promote their best interests. The leadership of the deaf persons have been very instrumental in contributing to making the policies and laws such as Persons with Disabilities Act 2020, the National Policy on Disability in Uganda, and other legislations. I'm also informed that the regulations to the Persons with Disabilities Act were developed and will be operational before the end of this calendar year. I have also been informed that the revised National Policy on Disability will be finalized in the near future. All these are being put in place to uphold the rights of all persons with disabilities, including the deaf persons. Furthermore, in order to enhance informed participation for the deaf persons and all persons with disabilities in the public policy process, the government has undertaken a number of measures to equip them with academic and vocational skills. And these include, we have the UPE, that is Introduction of the Universal Primary Education. We have the Universal Secondary Education. We are also giving financial subventions to special needs schools, such as in Tinda. We have Wakiso, schools for the deaf, at primary and secondary levels, respectively. I know even in Iganga, we have a school for the blind. That school has been there, and I know government is also supporting it. The designs of all new schools being constructed by the Ministry of Education and Sports must now have ramps to facilitate access of our children with disabilities. Why I was saying that I started some time to advocate for these people. When I go to a school without a ramp, I always ask those people, how are you catering for people with disabilities? Do you mean you don't admit such children? One time I was in a certain school and I emphasized on it. So somebody was saying, but Honorable, we don't have those children in this school. I said, how? You don't have those children because you don't want to admit them. You know, being a private school, they don't want things that will disturb them. But I was insisting, why don't you have areas where these children can, because the school had a lot of steps where these children cannot, you know, they have no access to classrooms, to the field, and so on and so forth. So I started a long time ago to advocate for people with disabilities. The government will continue to build and support schools for all our children with disabilities, including the deaf schools. We'll introduce the university, we introduced the university admissions quota of 65 students every year. Since 1997, over 1,480 students with disabilities have enrolled and graduated in various fields under this affirmative action window, and these include those who are deaf. Recently, government started on renovation of vocational rehabilitation centers. So far, 2 out of 7 have been completed. This is being done with the view of enhancing the center's capacity to provide employable skills for young persons with disabilities, including the deaf community. I'm aware that despite these interventions in the area of education and training, there are still a number of challenges that we have to address, like insufficient number of special needs and inclusive schools and teachers. These challenges notwithstanding, our interventions have increased the number of educated deaf persons who are seeking employment, while others have already been employed by either the government or the private sector. That area we need to still work on it. I want to give an example that I have a voter in my district who is blind. He graduated from Makerere University with psychology. He came out with a psychology degree, did psychology, but up to now, he's not employed. And he's trying to see how can I add up, how can I add on my value to myself, you know? Recently, I was told, he told me that, Honorable, my landlord confiscated all my property and took even my papers because I had not paid money for rent. It's because this person is not employed. So I know that area, it is still a difficult area, but we need to work on it. Therefore, I will say, ladies and gentlemen, you all note that work is the most suitable tool of getting out of poverty and discrimination. This means that after affirmative action for education opportunities for PWDs, we have now to address the right to employment. For people with disabilities, right from, we need to address that issue for PWDs. Right to employment is going to be enhanced through a quota system of employing persons with disabilities, which will be enforced once the regulations to Persons with Disabilities Act 2020 has been finalized. Secondly, government will put in place the special grant for persons with disabilities in the financial year 2009-2010. This is already in place, which has enhanced productivity and self-employment of PWDs. I'm aware that the theme for this year is celebrating thriving deaf communities. We sign for human rights. This theme is synced with the NRM resolve to promote sign language interpretation services to ensure the rights of access to information and services by all deaf persons. You'll observe that government has embarked on this by ensuring that during prime news on all local television channels, there are sign language interpreters to provide information to the deaf people. Before it was only UBC, but now all the local television channels, I think they are doing that. And I want to tell my sister, Honorable Achan, who talked about security harassing our people during that time. This was because some of those officers or security personnel, when they are doing their work, sometimes maybe they don't take that into recognition that maybe this person is not hearing. So it was because of the sign language that nobody could understand each other. So they had to take them or to treat them the way they did, whereby I will say, we are very sorry, I'm very sorry on behalf of government that our people had to behave that way. But it is because of the sign language that is still missing. Government has also finalized the plans to include sign language interpreters among the public service cadre, and efforts are underway for a few ministries to recruit before end of this financial year. Ladies and gentlemen, government plans to increase the number of sign language interpreters and place them in social service centers, such as health facilities and schools, among others, because these are the common places where we know people really need interpretation. When you go for maybe medication, you need to find somebody who can help you to know what you want, what you are suffering from, and so on and so forth, and even at school. So those are things that are being planned by government. Government will continue to lead the way in the emancipation ladder and defending the rights of PWDs, including the deaf community. This is why government has decided to retain the special grant for PWDs separate and is planning to allocate an additional 10% for PWDs under the parish development model. Yeah, we need that, but you know, we are silent, so yes, we do this. Yeah, only our flowers. So because if they increase that because of the PWDs, we need it, you know. These are people who might be marginalized when they are put together. In that mixed food, you have beans and cassava and potatoes together. No, we have our people who need different attention. So that's why we are adding that 10% to cater for our people with disabilities. These are extra affirmative actions over and above the several mainstream development initiatives such as Myoga, WEP, YLP, and others, where PWDs, including the deaf community, can also benefit. Before I conclude, I want all of us to appreciate and thank His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni for the support and the political will he has shown in all what we are saying, in all what we are doing for the deaf people, all people with disabilities. His Excellency the President, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, has been a very big supporter. Because if he had not done this, we would not be to these levels. All what we do in government, if the President is not with you, then nothing can move on. But all the steps that we have taken, he has been supporting us. So we need to support him, we need to thank him, we need to be with him. His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. It is very important, because he's also a man like other men who would have said, no, 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 I don't want to see people with disabilities. He's also a husband like other husbands who would say, no, 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 I don't want to see a child who is deaf or who does not see. He's also a grandfather, is a father. So all those things that men do, His Excellency the President has tried to say no. He has put a human face and he has really supported us. That's why I'm saying we need to thank him. Ladies and gentlemen, as part of NRM values, I wish to repeat and appeal to promote and respect the rights of PWDs, including the deaf community. I also pledge to pledge the continued government commitment to affirmative action for equal opportunities to all, including the deaf community. Before I end, the Honorables talked about the pledges that the President has gone on giving the people with disabilities or the deaf and the people with disabilities. She talked about the motorcycles, the livelihood employment, you know, many things that I've put them here. I want also to pledge that I'm going to remind him about this so that he can take action and see our people getting what they have been promised before. Finally, I want to assure you that the NRM government will continue to provide an enabling environment for the deaf communities to thrive. Let us all sign for the rise of the deaf community and maybe people with disabilities, not only the deaf, but people with disabilities. Once again, I wish to salute all the deaf fraternity in Uganda for the successful commemoration of the Deaf Awareness Week. I want to say that in my district, I have a village which has blind people. Honorable Sam has been there. So if we talk about the Deaf Awareness Week, in that place, there are also those who are really who are deaf. So as we conclude this, I want to tell you that these are people whom we've lived with, whom we need to support, and whom we should continue advocating for. I thank you so much for God and my country, and I wish you good commemorations. I want to thank the people who have given us the support, especially in seeing that this day becomes a successful day like this one. I was at the exhibition of Honorable Samo in that, because they told me it is an association, I also put something small in that association. I'll give them 1 million through Honorable Samo so that they can also put in that program of theirs, which is very helpful. It is helping many. You know, they are mainly their mothers, and you might find that they are single mothers because, you know, people don't want to associate with mothers who have disabilities. After producing, then they leave you there. So I know there are even some of them are single mothers. So I'll put that small contribution through Honorable Samo so that they can also add to their business. Thank you so much for God and my country.
Members, delegates here, a round of applause for the Right Honorable. We want to thank you so much, Right Honorable. Request you to take your seat for a short while because we are going into a very short session of award issuance, and I want to invite the Executive Director, UNAD, to lead us through that award session.
Thank you, MC. The Honorable Guest of Honor. Mine is to give vote of thanks. I'm sorry we have closed, but I don't want to add on any more words, but we have a few members of us who have supported us to make sure that this day is a success, and wanted to make sure that this day is a success. Forgive us, Honorable Minister, we have some 20-something people. We may read out most of them, but Right Honorable Rukia Nakadama Isanga, when we said she was coming, they said, no. As she's coming, please award us the certificates when she's here so that we can take some photos with her. Right Honorable, we have a small gift to present to you. Please accept it from the bottom of our heart. Thank you for coming. Thank you very much for gracing this day. This is for, I'll hand it over to Honorable Samo, our mama.
Okay, on behalf of the Uganda National Center, Uganda Association of the Deaf, appreciation to Right Honorable Rukia Isanga Nakadama, with sincere thanks for tremendously contributing to the International Week of the Deaf People. celebrating thriving deaf communities. We signed for human rights. It has been signed by our Honorable Alex Ndesi, Chairperson, Robert Nkwango, Executive Director, Dignity for Every Deaf Person. I have the pleasure to give this award to the Right Honorable Prime Minister.
You hand over to the Honorable Minister for Disability Affairs, Right Honorable Helen Asamo Grace, our mama.
Uganda National Association of the Deaf appreciates Honorable Helen Grace Asamo with sincere thanks for tremendously contributing to the International Week of Deaf People 2021. Celebrating thriving deaf communities, we sign for human rights. It is signed by Honorable Alex Ndesi, Chairperson, and we have also the Executive Director, Robert Nkwangu, who is Executive Director, Dignity for Every Deaf Person. We thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Right Honorable Guest of Honor. We have very many gifts, but we don't want to break you to give each of them, but we can read out the names of the honorable members, and then we shall pick them in the long run and hand them over to them. We have the Right Honorable Alex Ndesi, who is also the chairperson, and the Member of Parliament representing persons with disabilities. Honorable Achan Joyce. You may. Honorable Mpindi Bumali, Member of Parliament. Please deliver it to him. Honorable Laura Kanushu Opori. Our honorable members of parliament, after that, the guest of honor would request for a photo, a group photo with all of you. That will be after. UNFP representative that has been so supportive in different ways on the television, on different forums. We also have their gift. Ministry of Gender, I cannot forget that. We have a small gift for you, the Commissioner, Mr. Prosper. Nudipu, we have a gift for you. Thank you very much for your kind support. On the radio talk show and many programs, you have led us into this. There's Zoa, representative, honorable guest of honor. We have Zoa. The name is really very long, but it's abbreviated in that manner. Sign Health Uganda. Sign Health Uganda, may I have a representative to come pick your gift? I am not seeing somebody from Sign Health Uganda. But you also have a gift, and we thank you for your support. Humanity and inclusion. Humanity and inclusion. Do we have a representative from Humanity and Inclusion? Thank you for your support as well. Arua District Union. Arua District Union. This has been the chairman organizing committee for this side, and we thank you very much for a wonderful day. Very active gentleman. Everything that you're seeing here, it's because of him and what he has, the efforts that he has put into. Arua District Union for the Deaf Person. Our representative here, Twalib, this is for your office. And for Arua City Council, Arua City Council, who will represent Arua City Council, please come pick up. The mayor is coming. Right now, guest of honor, we have one important deaf activity, and it's the deaf anthem by the deaf people. I don't know if they are somewhere here. The leader of the group, the deaf band, where are you? Where are you? If you are not around, would like to thank the group. There's a competition at the national level. They got an award. We're requesting them to show the winning participants. They got a medal at the Olympics in general. She represented the deaf people. We request that government supports the lady in the Olympics, and next time she can compete with them at the international level once again. Want to thank you. Is it possible to have a photo? The members of parliament, the awarded team, could we please have a photo together? Thank you, Mama, for that guidance. Thank you. I accept willingly. The graduates, could you please come closer? This is a group that learned sign language during this period. We have nurses among them, we have doctors, we have pastors, we have some are policemen. All these are graduates today, and they've graduated in sign language. From UNAD. UNAD as an association is awarding them certificates. For 3 months, they've gone through the training in different, they're from different professions. MC, I don't know which one is the best place to take the group photo from. Please guide us. You would help us.
Honorable, I request that you take a photo with the first group here, the graduates, now graduates. After getting their certificates in sign language, courtesy of UNAD. Very good thing. So create space for the Honorable in the middle there. No. Some to come can come this side. There, please stay there. Okay, this will be the last person here. Camera people, are we ready? At the count of how many? 1, 2, 3, and go. We are done. Thank you so much. Next group, the awardees of the day, please. All those that have received awards, please come and take a special photo with the Honorable Minister. MPs first. Honorable MPs, please join the right Honorable Prime Minister.
As the MPs come, Robert is requesting the athlete to take a photo with the members of parliament.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
The athlete will join the MPs. By the way, what she won is a world level medal. So you need to know that it's a world level, just like the one Kiprotich brought us, just like all those we have been getting. This is another world class medal Uganda got through her. Very good. Okay, are we ready? At the count of 1, 2, 3, and go. Thank you so much. Next group. Those who got awards, please join. If you got an award now, whoever has gotten an award, stay there, and please, those who are not here, please join. And it will be good for you to show your awards. Please hold your plaques. Hold your plaques in front of you. Hold your plaques in front of you. Make sure the envelope is not covering your award. Yes. Now, this is a very, very historical photo. At the count of 3, 1, 2, and 3, go. Thank you so much. Okay. Any other photo? All right. Thank you so much. The awardee